Come here, son, nephew, young man. I'm holler at you. In a few minutes, I need to get my tail back on. I need to improve my cardio. I've been lifting. See if I can get y'all some better light, god dog. Oh well. Hopefully you can see me, but you can hear me. So most people here who are on this channel, you're here for actual uh content of character, not just a bunch of BS, and I can appreciate that. Look, who you talk to matters. As a matter of fact, you ought to look up this clip by 50 Cent. I'll see if I can share it. Not that I'm trying to have you be led by a celebrity. Somebody gave him a good piece of advice. An older fella told him that, look, if you're talking to somebody, they can't give you any information. They're not giving you any substance. What they're talking about don't make a whole lot of sense. It's not improving you any. Then what are you talking to them for? And I'm going to have to agree. So a few minutes ago, I had a conversation with the guy who gave me my first coaching job. I was going through a divorce, going through a rough time in life. The guy came and said, hey, man, you know what? As a young brother in the field of education, let me make sure you don't leave the field without some information and some knowledge on how to conduct yourself. So that kept me from ever getting caught in one of those situations again. And the guy gave me a $5,000 stipend to coach 5 freshman football games without that much preseason help or preseason behind it. You see what I mean? The guy put money in my pocket and gave me some game. Still a good friend to this day. We had a health and fitness talk today about fasting and about how I need to change my workout routine or maybe what I should do going forth into the new year. I'm about to text one of my mentors who got our family into the transportation business that I run on behalf of my family and on my mother. So if you've been wondering when I say blue collar skill, that's what we do. We do a form of transportation. Like I said, I'm not the owner. I just have some influence, but you know, that's mom's deal and I do it for her. That's her retirement and it helps the family and my children move forward. I don't really benefit from it, but we benefit generationally. Anyway, the lady who mentored me in that business, who taught me how to bring in that, you know, the revenue that I'm getting for my mother and for my family, that's a high level conversation. Right now, I'm single. I'm finna go back on semen retention. I'm not dealing with any females right now. There's one female I talk to on a consistent basis, and it ain't got nothing to do with sex well, she is pretty. But look, she's in a whole nother state, but she's a software developer. And there's some things that I'm trying to get gamed up on about the tech field. So when I talk to this gal, we have good, friendly conversations, but we're talking about business, finance, the tech field, and then we both have children. And our children are, you know, going through some different journeys in life. So we have high-level conversations. Man, I ain't trying to hear nobody talk about, like I was talking to this one chick, a beautiful soul. God bless her soul. But God, dog, every day, oh, this is hurting, this is hurting, this is hurting. Get your ass in the gym. That's why everything's hurting, because you ain't taking care of your body. Come on now. Or, you know, when you going to come over and have some sex, daddy? God, dog, that's all you got to offer, lady? Really? No. You know, when I talk to people, I got one homeboy now. God bless his soul. He's elevated. When we talk, because I ain't going to let him off the hook. Hey, bro, get your CDL. Get this problem cleared up. If you got to get rid of this person in your life, get them out your life. But, you know, what I'm noticing is a lot of people aren't used to high-level conversations. So a lot of people can't talk to me, and that's okay. But this particular guy here, we went to school together. And I guess being used to low-level conversations with people who don't give a darn about you, and then you meet somebody who's always like, hey, what are we going to do to make the situation better? What are we doing to improve? What are you working on? What are you creating? Them the types of conversations I like to have, man. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, young folks, I realize at one point you're young, wild, and free. Last I checked, my demographic was mostly 17 to 35. But look, the closer you get to your 20s, don't wait to start investing. Don't wait to start figuring out how you're going to retire, because now You ain't gonna be staying on the job for no 30 years anymore. That doesn't happen anymore. These companies don't treat you right, and they're playing different types of games with their HR departments and their financing strategies, and especially if you're dealing with these large companies. Smaller companies, who knows? What you need to be doing is trying to figure out how to buy your own smaller company. And that's where the conversations about credit and finance come into play. There's so much more to be talking about. Like this, right now everybody's talking about Cat Williams. Okay, Cat Williams just did some marketing because he's finna go on tour. He's got every comedian, the major comedians having to clap back at him. You gotta watch him. They gotta talk about him. So what he just did was say, hey, I'm going on tour. But see, people ain't looking at it for that. They're looking at it for all the mess and the foolishness. Ain't no way no men's supposed to be worried about the gossip part of that. You're supposed to be worried about the business part. You're supposed to be understanding the strategy. Shannon Sharp is telling you, yeah, I ain't fooling with Skip Bayless no more. Now look at me. That's the high level part of that conversation, not the gossip. But that was a smart move too, because now you can capture the attention of the gossiping people and also make sure that you're getting those ticket sales too. Okay, I get it. They're in the entertainment industry. But if you're watching this channel, you're probably not. So what are your conversations about? Because whatever you're talking about, whatever you're eating, whatever you're spending most of your time doing, whatever you're watching, for God's sakes, turn that TV off sometime, man, unless you're watching something that you can learn from. Whatever who you're spending your time with, that's important. If you're spending your time with a bunch of people who ain't going nowhere, well, guess what? That woman in your life, what is she contributing to you? You're having sex with her, she's taking all your energy, she's spending your money. You're sitting there entertaining this chick. Okay, then what? High level conversations, man. High level conversations, high level actions. Take what you learn, put it into action. Take what you learn and apply it. But first things first, stop talking about foolishness. It's going to waste your time and waste your life. And as always, never lose the will to win. Never lose the will to survive. Now pray for me while I get on this elliptical, because I got to get my cardio back right. I've been doing too much lifting, not enough cardio. You got to balance it out. Anyway, as always, never lose the will to win. Never lose the will to survive. Get focused.